What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel, and we're back again with another tier list, but this time it'll be the Soi Fon matchup tier list that I personally think goes into her favor. I don't know. But what I do know is that these tiers, they need some new names. So I'll be right back. Alright, and now that these tiers are done, we're gonna go over them right before we get into it. So, at the bottom we have Stings to Death, which pretty much means she will obliterate that character in a matchup, it doesn't matter. We have Incomplete Shunko, which means, well, it doesn't go as smoothly as Stings to Death. She still practically wins the matchup. We have Even Fight, which goes for itself. It's a pretty even fight no matter what. We have Bleeding Out, which means, well, she isn't that much outclassed. She still somewhat loses that matchup badly. And then we have Gets Obliterated, which means it's just terrible for her, like, very bad. Now, with that being said, let's get into it. Starting off with Shikai Ichigo, I'm gonna say it's an incomplete Shinko. And the reason I say that is because in his Bankai state, they gave him the loops that Bankai Ichigo had, so it can get a little rough. Plus, he has longer range, but overall, I do believe Soi Fon takes it. Bankai Ichigo, I think it's an even fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that even with his range, the nerfs that he got were pretty significant to the point where she pretty much is now pretty even with him. Final Getsuga Ichigo, I'm gonna say as well, it is also incomplete. Because I feel like early stages before, if he can't get a kill on you, she pretty much stomps him, so that would be a Stings to Death. But if he can even kill her once and get into that second state of his, I think it's still a bad matchup for him. But I still feel like it's still in her favor. Uryu. Okay. This is where I start to question things because I don't believe she just completely stomps him. But I also don't think it's incomplete. The lowest I'd go is even, but I want to say Bleeding Out just because he has range to pressure her. So I think we're going to put him in Bleeding Out because when she's away and needs to recharge her Ankin, that's Uryu's perfect time to just shoot her with arrows. So I think I'm going to go there for now. Chad. I don't think she just dog walks Chad, actually. I want to either put him in Stings to Death or Incomplete Shunko. Trying to really think here. Alright. If she can get the ball rolling at the start, it Stings to Death. But no. I think I just put Stings. Yeah. I just don't think Chad has enough to deal with everything that Soi Fon has. So we're just gonna put it there. Yoruichi, even fight. I feel like the only thing that wouldn't make this an even fight is the fact that Soi Fon has to charge her Ankin back up, and that Yoruichi is a little faster than her, but apart from that, I think it's pretty fair. Yeah, I'd go for that. Kisuke. Let's see. I'm gonna put him in. Oh, he has range to keep her away, but overall, I do think it's an even fight. I think if Soi Fon, that's what a lot of these fights are. If Soi Fon can get the ball rolling at the beginning, if she can get a good start, then I feel like it's a pretty good fight, but that is very, very dependent on if she gets the good start. Shinji. Hmm. I want to put it in E, but this character is really good. I might put Bleeding Out, but I think, hmm, okay, this is interesting. Again, because like he has a lot of tools that deals with Soi Fon, but Soi Fon can keep him out easily with the Ankin. So you know what? I put it in even. I think it's a fair fight. I think Shinji's counter only works if Soi Fon is trying to get in with her tilt. But apart from that, it, I don't think she's really gonna get caught by it much. Rukia, I'm gonna be honest. I think Soi Fon just stomps Rukia. Am I crazy for saying that? Maybe. But like, I can't think of a single tool that Rukia has to deal with Soi Fon. So I'm gonna put her there for now. Renji, I want to say even because after Bankai State, right, there's not much Renji can do to compete with Soi Fon. But pre Bankai State and then into Awakening, I feel like he has the upper hand just a bit. Yeah, we're gonna put him bleeding out. Because I feel like you take that out, you take the Bankai away, and Soi Fon just is the better character. But it was Yamamoto, I think he just negates everything she wants to do. And this is just going off of like what I've experienced fighting this stupid character. But I find it very hard to get in against Yamamoto, especially with his tilt that's invulnerable to damn near everything. It kind of gets annoying, and I don't like that. So we're gonna put him in Gets Obliterated. I think that's the first of a few Gets Obliterated. Soi Fon on Soi Fon, that is the most even fight possible. We're just gonna move you there. Yes, honestly, if I'm gonna rank the evens, I think, yeah, I think it'll go like that. Izuru. I don't see much of this character again. But I'm just gonna put him because I don't think he has much range. I think he has range. He has like some electric shit. I'm gonna put him in incomplete. Just because I feel like overall Soi Fon just takes that match easily. But there are some things that he can do to just slip her up off her game just a tad bit. Byakuya, there's just no secret. This matchup is just a terrible matchup, especially now that she's not safe over her light anymore. It's, well, not safe, but she's not plus after it. It's kind of, yikes. Komamura. Again, I just don't think it'd be, actually, I think she handles this fight better than the fight against Renji. Because at least pre-Bankai Awakening, she can do something. But against Renji, it's just range. I just feel like beats her so much. Shunsui. This is interesting because of these new buffs that he got. I don't think it's even, but I do definitely think she gets beat out by a lot of his things. She gets beat out by his SP1. What else? Just his advancing moves to get in. Because he's safe on a lot of his buttons now. He's even plus on a lot of them. So it kind of does suck for her. Yeah, I think that's the right spot. Hisagi. With the new changes, I think just once he gets into Bankai, it's pretty hard for Soi Fon, like very difficult. I go as far to say like he's in a elite class of few, not even counting Byakuya and Yamamoto. I think there are like very few characters that just completely just stop everything Soi Fon wants to do, and he is now one of those characters, which is very bad. Toshiro Hitsugaya. I'm gonna say even. Yeah, I'm gonna say even. Just because I feel like their whole plan is to get in your face and just do a lot of damage. In order for one to get in your face, the other has to. They both have to go back. Toshiro for zoning, uh, Soi Fon for getting Ankin back. You can honestly get Ankin back either spaced out perfectly in time to get 4, maybe even well 8 for all I know. Rangiku, this is a little interesting because I feel like before the Bankai, it's just like Rangiku can't do nothing, right? But then you have her Bankai state where one of her spiritual pressure moves creates a tornado wind gust or whatever, and she can attack you from full screen. Which, if you know, negates Soi Fon's whole plan of going back just to get the Ankin and then going back in. It's kind of tough. So, um, I'm gonna put her above Kisuke right there in even fight. Yeah, I just feel like once Rangiku gets to that state, it's kind of difficult for Soi Fon, but it's not impossible. Kenpachi, okay, he's just gonna go bleeding out, right? Because just armor, I feel like that's the whole game plan against Soi Fon. He has armor that can stop a lot of her things. But if she times his armor moves with a grab perfectly, I think she can get away with it. So it's not impossible for her, but it is very challenging to get past the armor. Alright. Baldy. Goldilocks. I feel like the range, again, it's characters with range that really do a lot. I'm gonna put you in between Bankai Ichigo and Kisuke. Yeah, because I don't know much about you. I just do know that you do have a lot of range, and it can be pretty annoying. Mayuri. I feel like she stomps Mayuri for the most part. Yeah, I think she stomps him, but if Mayuri gets going, it can be bad for her, like, on a terrible scale. Yeah, I'm really trying to put it in my head, see if I debate against that, but no, I can't see myself doing that. Kain Chiba, I'm gonna put you... It's either gets obliterated or bleeding out. I'm gonna put you it gets obliterated, and the reason I do that is because, okay, so his block strings, he can either make himself plus or safe, which she, Soi Fon, she can do the same, but like not to the same level as him. And when that happens, it's just, yeah, it's not pretty. Everything Soi Fon does, he just does, but like 10 times better. Kaname Tosin, I think she just stomps him, right? Like, he has no way to play from the range, so she can honestly go back and charge up safely, unless he does his tilt. Yeah, that's the only way he can really get in against Soi Fon. And even then, I feel like Soi Fon still has a better chance against him. King, okay, we already know where he's going, right? It's just up here. Cool. Am I right? Yeah, cool. Listen, he has range, yeah, What's up, Yeah, and his range is so fucking stupid. Oh, that's what you said? My fault. I thought I heard you right. Okay, cool. I was right. But yeah, again, it's just annoying to fight for anybody, honestly. Range is ridiculous. It just gets annoying. Now, Aizen, well, I do think he does beat Soi Fon. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's by much. Like, I feel like if Soi Fon can get the early kill on him, it's very possible for her to just win. Like, I can't believe I'm saying Aizen has a worse matchup against Soi Fon than Gin. That's pretty weird. Nelia. I believe. Oh, excuse me. I believe again, she's probably on the same level of Aizen to where she has a lot of things to counter Soi Fon, but not by a lot. It's really, it's almost a fair fight. In base form for Neliel, it's a fair fight, but in Evolve, I think Neliel has the slighter edge. Coyote Stark, I'm just gonna put him here. He just negates everything Soi Fon stands for and wants to do. He plays the range, he has the guns, the wolves. Oh my god. Playing against the wolves, I played against the wolves off camera the other day, and my fucking god, did I hate that shit. It stopped one of my grabs and cost me the game. I was so mad. But that's the character now, and you just gotta accept it. Tier Halabel, I'm gonna say, is a pretty even matchup from what I've gone through. I think the nerves, the nerfs that she received, it kind of tipped the battle this way. Before, I would probably say Soi Fon is bleeding out, but after the nerfs, I think Tyr is now in the same playing field as Soi Fon. Okiora, okay, so we're just gonna actually, yeah, I put him in, gets obliterated. Soi Fon just, oof. It's really, really difficult for Soi Fon to get things going against Okiora, especially with the Zero. Oh, yeah, we're not gonna talk about it. The Neutra. He does have that armored signature move, but I don't think he has much things to play against what Soi Fon wants to do. So I'm gonna put him in incomplete. Well, it's not like she completely stomps him. Overall, I think that she takes it pretty good, like 60-40, 70-30 maybe. Grimjow. I'm gonna put him, I think he beat Soi Fon, but not by much. It's probably like the tiniest little hair. I just feel like his range just outclasses her just a bit. Just a bit. Nothing crazy. I feel like you're just fucking annoying. God damn, like, I hate this motherfucker right here. He pisses me off so much. It's ridiculous. And then last but not least, we have 1,000-Year Blood War Ichigo, which I go to say I think it's pretty even, but I think once he awakens is when the tides turn into his favor just a bit. But this is the tier list. I was kind of trying to get this video out. Well, not out. I was trying to get it recorded pretty early because I have a lot to do later today, and it's currently 4:17 in the morning as I'm filming this. So you kind of get what I'm doing. That's the tier list. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit this video with a like. Subscribe if you haven't, so you can stay tuned for all the content that I'll be putting out. And with that being said, I'm out of here. Later.